Hello friend, my name is S.N. Patil. In this video lecture, we'll find Fourier transform of exponential function e raised to minus a into x square. Also, we prove the Fourier transform of e raised to minus ax square is equal to 1 upon under root 2 pi e raised to minus k square upon 4a. Let f of x is equal to given function. By definition of Fourier transform, f of k is equal to 1 upon under root 2 pi integration minus infinity to plus infinity f of x e raised to minus kx dx. Substitute the value of f of x. We substitute here f of x. See here base is same. Take the addition of power. Then we get e raised to minus ax square minus I times kx. Okay, take minus a is common in bracket. Remaining term is x square plus I kx divided by a. Now see, the integration is difficult here. X square is here, x is here. But see, if we make it perfect square, then the integration will be very simple. Then we can use gamma function result. So we have the first two term of perfect square. See the perfect square, a plus b bracket square, a plus b bracket square is equal to a square plus 2 times ab, 2 times ab plus b square plus b square. Now we have the first two term. Now compare these two term. Compare these two term with a square plus twice ab. Then we get value of a is equal to x. Okay, compare ikx divided by a with twice ab. Here a is different, this a is different. Then we get the value of b is a is x, it will be a cancel, and this 2 is a divide here, that is I into k divided by 2 times a, 2 times a. So we get a and b, substitute here, then we get the term as a x square plus 2 times ab, 2 times ab, then 2 will get cancelled. We get I kx divided by a1, 2 is cancelled, plus b square. Now b square means square of this ik upon 2a. I square is minus 1 minus k square divided by 4a square. Okay, this is the simplification of a plus b bracket square. Now see, this is a plus b bracket square, this is a plus b bracket square. So how we get the k square divided by 4a, minus times k square upon 4a. Now see, this is the term of expansion of x plus ik divided by twice a bracket square. Now see, there is a outside is minus a. Minus a is multiplied here, that is minus ax square. Minus a is multiplied here, that is minus I times kx. Now minus a is multiplied here, minus plus. Okay, and this a and this a, it will be a cancel. Then what is the remaining term? The remaining term is k square upon 4a. That is the simplification after multiplying. Minus a is minus ax square minus ikx and plus k square plus 4a. Okay, but in actual term there is no k square divided by 4a. So we subtract k square divided by 4a term. Okay, getting it? the first of all, from these two terms we make it perfect square and we adjust the term accordingly. We subtract k square divided by 4a. Now see, this is the total constant term. This is the constant term e raised to minus this term we write outside the integral. Then what is the remaining term? That is integration e to the power perfect square into minus a. Now put x plus ik divided by twice a is equal to y. Differentiate, then we get dy is equal to dx. Now limit for x is equal to minus infinity, y also minus infinity. For x is equal to plus infinity, y also infinity. Though see, there is no change in limit for y. New limit for the y, so we get, this is the simplified root. Now here we use the gamma function result for solving this integral. Before proceed, we use the property of the integral minus a to a, okay, f of x, f of y, dy. If minus a to a integral is there and the f of a is even function, then write 2 time as a 0 to a, okay. And if this function is odd, if this is the odd function, then the value of the integral is 0. Now see, when we put y is equal to minus y here, then we get as it is function. It means this is even function. Then we can write this function as a 2 times 0 to infinity. Now we use here gamma function result, okay. So what is the definition of gamma? We know that gamma of n is 0 to infinity, okay, e raised to minus t raised to n minus 1 with respect to t integration, okay. So we want here e raised to minus t, okay, e raised to minus whatever the term is here, which it should be a linear term. So for that we use the substitution, we put a y square is equal to t, we get e raised to minus t. Now transfer y to the t to differentiate here. The derivative of y square is 2y dy dt, okay. Then dy is equal to 2ay is divide here, and the value of y, see here, actually here y is here, the value of y is under root t upon a. When we put t upon a and here already a is present, then we get only root a and root t is there, this root t. So the term, simplified term, is 2 times under root at. Substitute here and see, let us verify limit when y is 0, t is 0, y is infinity, t is infinity. There is no change in limit. So we get here e raised to minus t, the value of dy. The value of dy is dt upon 2 into under root at. Now here 2 will get cancelled. Under root a is outside. We get e raised to minus t raised to minus half. Now t raised to minus half. So what will be the value of the gamma? Compare n minus 1 with this minus half. That is n minus 1 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Then we get the value of n is equal to, it become plus here. We get value of n is 1 by 2. Put here n is equal to 1 by 2. That is gamma of 1 by 2. And we know that gamma of 1 by 2. See here, gamma of 1 by 2 is root of pi. So put this value in the equation. See, we have substitute here, then root pi will get cancelled. Then here root 2 is remaining, this root pi, okay. The simplification is 1 upon under root 2 pi e raised to minus k square. And see, we prove the Fourier transform of exponential function is 1 upon under root 2a e raised to minus k square upon 4a. Okay. Now the graph of the exponential function. See the graph of the exponential function in the domain. See, this is the x-axis, this is the f of x. We get this, and after calculating the Fourier transform, the graph of the Fourier transform means graph of the f of k is, see, this is the k-axis, this is image, that is f of k is near about the same, which is symmetrical about the y-axis. So this is the domain set, and its image we get as a k. Okay. Thank you. Now let us take the second example, which is related to mod function. Find the Fourier transform of e raised to minus a mod of x. Now see here, before proceed, we discuss the value of the mod function, because the definition of Fourier transform is defined on minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. Now we discuss first about the mod of x. When x is lies between minus infinity to 0, it means minus infinity to 0, then value of mod x is minus x. When it lies between 0 to infinity, then value of x is plus x. Okay. Now see, f of x is equal to e raised to minus a mod of x. By definition, the definition for minus infinity to plus infinity of Fourier transform, substitute the value of exponential function. Okay. Now we discussed already the value of the mod x. Now we have the range is minus infinity to plus infinity. So first of all, we divide this range as a minus infinity to 0 and then 0 to infinity. See here, we divide as a minus infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. Now in between minus infinity to 0, the value of mod function is minus, and already minus sign is there, minus plus. Okay. Now in between 0 to infinity, the value of the mod x is plus x, and here minus sign, that is e raised to minus x. Now since base is same, addition of power, similarly here base is same, addition of power, then we get addition of x in powers is a minus ik, and here minus sign is common here, in bracket a plus ik, and we know that the integration of exponential function, what is integration of exponential function, is exponential function divided by derivative of function. Okay. See, the integration is exponential function is exponential divided by the derivative. Similarly here, the integral of second, the integration of exponential function is exponential function divided by the derivative of function. Now limit 0 to minus infinity, and here 0 to infinity. Sorry, here minus infinity to 0 and here 0 to infinity. Now put first upper limit. When we put upper limit, then e raised to 0. See, e raised to 0. E raised to 0 is 1. Just wait. E raised to 0, e raised to 0 is equal to 1. Okay. So 1 upon a minus ik. Now put lower limit. When you put lower limit here, then e raised to minus infinity, we know that e raised to infinity is infinity. Okay. And when we take its reciprocal, then 1 upon infinity e raised to 1 upon e raised to infinity is e raised to minus infinity, and 1 upon infinity is 0, that is lower limit is 0. Now in second term, when we put infinity, that is e raised to minus infinity, here we discuss, which is 0, and put lower limit e raised to 0 is 1 minus lower limit minus, and this minus sign, minus plus, so we get these two terms, that is the first term and second term. Okay, now here 1 upon a minus ik, and here 1 upon a plus ik. When we simplify this, the a plus ik is multiplied here, a plus ik is multiplied here, a plus ik. Okay, now plus a minus ik is multiplied here, a minus ik is multiplied here, then ik will get cancelled, the remaining term is 2a. Okay, now in denominator the multiplication of complex number and its conjugate is always real number, that is a minus ik into a plus ik is a square plus k square. Okay, then 2 will get here, some power of 2 will get cancelled, that is 2 raised to 1 by 2 means square root of 2 is remaining, divided by square root of pi, so it can be written as under root 2 upon pi a divided by a square plus k square. The graph of this function is symmetrical about y-axis, this is x, this is f of x, and then image of the f of x means f of k is as like same, this is the k and this is the f of k. Okay, now see, same kind of problem we can solve. See, in the first problem here, e raised to minus ax square, then put a is equal to 1 by 2. In second problem, put a is equal to simply 1. Here a is equal to 1, and here again a is equal to 1. In this way we can solve these 3 problems, okay, which is parallel to previous 2 problems. Thank you.